Franklin TV Sports presents Franklin High Girls Varsity Hockey. It's a non-league Tuesday night match up here at Pirelli Veterans Arena as your 6-8-3 Franklin Panthers take on the 11-3-1 Blue Devils of Leominster. Hi neighbors, I'm Ryan Martin, joined alongside camera operator and producer Chris Leverone, and it's Franklin coming into this one 6-8-1 as I mentioned, but they do have a win already against these Blue Devils under their belt. They beat Leominster 4-0 earlier in the season, only in their second game of the season, and they're looking for the season sweep here tonight from the Vet. It's the Blue Devils and the Panthers getting started with us in just 1 minute. For Franklin, they are coming off a win last week against the Hockenbach Stars, 3-2 in that one. For Leominster, they're coming into this game amidst right now a 5-game winning streak. Franklin trying to knock them off. And to start things off, we'll get through our starting lineups here on Franklin TV. For the Blue Devils, they're coached by Nancy LeBlanc. In goal, it's number 1, Karina Eschbaum. At forward, it's number 6, Alyssa Allen. On defense, it's number 13, Ashley George. At forward, it's number 18, Rachel Simkewicz. At defense, it's number 20, senior captain Amanda Allen. And at forward, it's number 25, Carly Ewa. As we're underway here on Franklin TV. Get this one started. We'll run through your Panthers really quick. On defense, it's number 2, senior captain Shaw Downing, as that one goes to the back and touches our other defenseman. It's number 12, Nina Iannuzzi. Your forwards tonight, at center, it's senior captain Lindsay Atkinson, and she's joined on the right wing by number 7, Haley Wernig, and on the left wing by number 11, the star sophomore, Julia Flynn. As Eschbaum in net makes her first save of the night for the Blue Devils. It's a tough outing, as you mentioned, last time these two teams met in Leominster. Franklin put up 4 goals, and it was Izzy Brown, your goalie, as I should mention, for Franklin. Izzy Brown in net, who had a shutout in that one. Blue Devils, 11-3-1 on the year. They are your 27th ranked team in MIAA Division II in the MIAA Power Rankings, as this one goes back. They're 27, and your 29th team are these Panthers. So we'll see if Franklin can maybe improve that ranking today by sweeping the Blue Devils. As this one goes back, Nina Iannuzzi, or I should say it's Lindsay Dennett controlling that one. Our second line on for the Panthers now. Molly Hurley tries to get to it on the left wing. That one's hit back, though, in the direction of Dennett. Franklin, an up-and-down season, 6-8-1, and we mentioned that this Leominster team that they're playing is on a 5-game winning streak. For the Panthers, if they win tonight, it would tie their season high with a 2-game winning streak. So it's been an up-and-down roller coaster for Franklin this year. At 6-8-1, they reside at second place in the Hockenbach, as that one will go for an icing and bring it back into Leominster's zone. That one inside, another save made here from Karina Eschbaum. And when we look at Eschbaum, only an 8th grader for head coach Nancy LeBlanc. For the Blue Devils, they have 2 8th graders on the roster and 2 7th graders on the roster. Class of 2028 here for the Blue Devils. As that one goes back, a loose puck, and our first goal of the game. The rebound goal finds back net. The Panthers have an early lead. We'll get a number on it in 1 second, and we can officially say it's number 22, Maddie O'Brien, the sophomore, makes it 1-0 Panthers. Perfect place, perfect time, and about a minute and a half through this one, it's Maddie O'Brien putting the Panthers on top. I believe that's her first varsity goal of the season. So already, just like they did in these two teams' first meeting, it's the Panthers getting a goal early. That last game, a 4-0 shutout for Franklin. As we said, could this be the start of something similar? Blue Devils controlling it after allowing that goal and then firing that shot right there. Number 3, Charisma Heenis. Back out, and here comes the Panthers. With it now is number 11, Julia Flynn. Leaves it right side, a little dump pass to herself. On the right wing, Flynn back inside. She had Atkinson for a moment, just too far ahead of Atkinson. Back with Flynn behind the net. She tried to find number 7, Haley Wernig there for a second, but instead it's the Blue Devils just trying to clear it out. And they do. Here's number 8, Allison Neely. Left wing, she's in the face of Lindsay Dennett. This one controlled back by Franklin. Wraparound, it goes back to Dennett. Here comes Flynn on the left wing with some space. How about the speed we've seen from Julia Flynn this year? Just a huge reason why she's one of the leading goal scorers for Franklin on the season. Right wing, here comes Molly Hurley, senior captain inside to another senior captain, Dana Stott. This one goes way back out to Dennett. She tries to fire it on. Stott gets the rebound and a save made there by Eschbahn. She'll make the recovery save. Face-off controlled here by the Panthers in a dangerous zone, and then it's taken away there. Already controlled by the Panthers. Now we have it with number 25, Carly Ewa. Here comes Ewa. Right wing, she does, and she finds it to number 18, Rachel Simkewicz, but that'll be an offside. Make it another puck drop. In the middle circle with Franklin once again having that 1-0 lead. It's sophomore Ava Villela for Franklin. And for the Blue Devils, it's number 25 again, Carly Ewa. Sophomore versus sophomore, and it's won by Franklin. Dangerous play right there. Fired forward and taken by Villela. Here come the Panthers. Controlled back by Simkewicz, who will just leave it a wraparound. She'll try and get it herself. Defense there from Downing. And a good shot on goal, and that one will find back net. The Blue Devils tie it up here in our early stages. Just under 4 minutes in, it is number 6, Alyssa Allen, scoring her 3rd goal of the year. It's 1-1 here with still 11 minutes to play in the first period. So right after, just about 2 minutes after allowing the first goal of the game, it's Alyssa Allen, the sophomore for Coach LeBlanc. Ties things up here at 1 apiece. Franklin controlling it after allowing that goal. 2 minutes and 58 seconds between each goal. As this wraparound goes to the Panthers, who are actually playing in their last home game of the regular season. At 6-8-3, it's not a shoo-in for the Panthers to make the playoffs, and much less have a home game. So this could be it from the vet this year for Franklin. You see on the right wing, it's Haley Wernig, loses that one, and just flicked away by number 19, Kaylin Hawkins, freshman for Leominster. Going long and controlled again by the Blue Devils. Look to score 2 unanswered here. But already more goals than they scored in the last match between these two teams. Wernig tries to get it to Hurley in the middle. Hurley still controls it now in the left wing. No one with her, though. It's a 1v5, and here comes the Panthers on the shift change. Hurley still with it. Speed from Hurley. She's on her backhand. Back to her forehand. Dangerous pass inside. Some traffic in the zone. And finally a whistle. But that one had Eschbahn squirming all around. Dangerous play right there. The Panthers can't get it done. Still 1-1 awaiting the faceoff. In the circle once again, it's Hurley and Ewa. Controlled now by Leominster. Franklin, good recovery, and here comes Dana Stott. Dump off, and it wraps all the way around to in the direction of Avery Greco, but now controlled by Hannah Auer. And here come the Blue Devils. Letting that one go was Ewa, controlled back by Franklin. Dump and chase here from Greco, but that one will be lost to Madison Hemlin. And then now, here comes Sienkiewicz. Tosses that one off the glass, and that'll go for a clear icing. Reset this one in front of Eschbahn and net. Franklin looking to put one back on. A dangerous play right there, but it just crosses the face of Eschbahn. No Panther in the area. Lainey Cauley dishes that one back. And Auer can't control it, and Panthers are going to have to tag up. Maddie O'Brien back on the ice. The goal scorer so far for Franklin. Dennett and Cauley get into a bit of a collision right there. And the Blue Devils trying to work it back, but it's Auer again. Cauley controls it right at center ice. She'll let that one fly, and a line change coming for the Panthers. Lemonster elects to stay as is. So we're about halfway through this first period. Auer keeps it in play for Franklin. Dangerous play there to Wernick. Wernick in the middle, still with it. Wernick fires a shot on just wide left. Atkinson with the rebound, though. Behind the net she goes in the direction of Flynn. Now it's Downing. Downing leaves it right side again. No Panthers really there. Off Flynn's skate that goes right into the middle, but controlled by Downing. Franklin to retreat again. In the middle again. This one back to Downing on the right wing. She'll let one fly. Block save made there by Eschbahn. Out to Downing, right side. She'll let it wrap around to Greco. You have your senior captain lineup for Franklin, who has 3 on the ice here, including Molly Hurley, a senior captain. But save made there by Eschbahn. Wrap around inside, could be there for Stott for a moment. That one goes right. Behind the net, and that one cleared by the Blue Devils. Might just be better off icing this one. It's been all Franklin over the last couple of minutes, and it is right now with Hannah Auer. On the right side, that one sticks up for a second on the glass. Now taken by Lemonster. Here's number 17, Catherine Chaplin. Chaplin with some space on the left side. Kick save made there by Brown. Here comes Franklin on the attack now. Lindsay Dennett, can she control it on the left wing? She can. Well, again, no Panthers. Can she control it until then? She'll let one go. That one, a stick save made there by Eschbahn. Again, a pass to the blue line. Dennett to control again. Now with it on the left wing, it is number 24, Bridget Haggerty, who led the Panthers in on that rush. But they're going to have to retreat as Iannuzzi tries to go D to Downing. Tipped by the Blue Devils. And on the left wing, here comes Lemonster. Rachel Sienkiewicz still with it on the left side. In the middle, it goes for a second, but Haggerty controls it for Franklin. That one goes way back, and will hit the backboards. Give it as an icing against the Panthers. Franklin is looking to control this one back. They've had an offensive rush so far, but Eschbon's been able to deal with everything she's faced over the last 6 or 7 minutes. I'm sure head coach Nancy LeBlanc for Leominster would like a little bit more offensive pressure. We'll see if they can get it. Out left it goes way back for Colley. Atkinson goes cross ice. Franklin to reset once more. They'll keep Wernig in the zone, who's now joined by Molly Hurley, Avery Greco, Lindsay Dennett, and Hannah Auer. Auer, she'll reset this one and start things back up. Tipped there by Hurley, who goes to Greco, who tries to go to Stott. And now all Panthers in the zone. Less than 5 minutes to play in this first period, as it's inside there for Hurley. And the Panthers get a shot on it, goes up to Stott. She had some room, some space inside, and it was Greco, the closest one to it, but it's Eschbon controlling it easily. Atkinson in the middle for Franklin. Probably a 70-30 split so far, and the Panthers make that maybe 80-20. Auer out left, tries to go D to D, but no one in the area. Dennett keeps it in play. No offsides either. And Franklin still with control. 4:25 to go in the first period. 1-1 our score here on Franklin TV. Ryan Martin bringing you all the words behind the microphone, while Chris Leveron, our camera operator and producer, with all of the angles. We appreciate his work here on Franklin TV. Here come the Panthers. Flynn, good pass right to Wernig. Wernig back inside to Flynn. 2 Blue Devils in the area, though. Wernig plays patty cake with Flynn. This one back out on the right wing. Whistle blows. We'll see if we have any kind of penalty. And we do. It's Haley Wernig heading to the box for the first time today. First player, we should say, for either team heading to the box. Our first penalty, and it leads to a Blue Devils power play. And on the penalty, it's Franklin able to ice it the first time. Out wide it goes to Dennett. Blue Devils trying to do something on the moment. They had it for a second, but it could be 4-on-4 hockey upcoming, and it is. It should be a tripping against Leominster, more specifically number 6, Alyssa Allen, your goal scorer tonight. Or maybe it's 14, actually. It's number 14, Ashlyn Beauregard. Now 4-on-4 hockey. That one inside. Save made by Eschbon. All of a sudden, with even numbers, Franklin trying to strike again. Offside's coming for the Blue Devils, so reset things here. .312 to go in our first period. It's Haley Wernig in the box for Franklin for the next minute, 21 seconds. And for Leominster. We got a number check here. It actually is, yeah, it's number 18, Rachel Simkewicz. So third guess is the best try, I guess, as it's Simkewicz in the box for Leominster. She'll be in there for the next minute 30. Here comes Flynn, 4-on-4 hockey. Flynn with some space, she'll let one fly. Rebound in a dangerous spot for Atkinson, but then controlled by Leominster. Here come the Blue Devils. A 2-on-1 here. Can they take advantage? Inside, Ewa tries to go back out right in the direction of Allen. Allen would have had her second. That one goes long here. Weaving coming now from number 20, Amanda Allen. Switch made, Lainey Colley comes in. Your two forwards, Lainey Colley, Ava Villela. They're joined by defenseman Shaw Downing and Nina Iannuzzi. Still 4-on-4 hockey for the next 17 seconds until it is Haley Wernick who comes out of the box for the Panthers, but save made there by Izzy Brown. .205 to play in our first period. 1 goal apiece. Coming in about a 2-minute span, and since then it's been some good opportunities for either team, but nothing to show for it. That one goes wide left wing, controlled by Malia Ruggiero, and is back with Franklin on the advantage. There'll be a girl up for the next 20 seconds. Hannah Auer. Right wing, she controls it, and it goes to Dana Stott. Stott lets one rip, but it's again the 8th grader, Karina Eschbahn, who gets a glove to it. In the circle, it's Hurley winning it again for Franklin. We've seen a lot of those so far today. That one, dangerous position. Back inside to Hurley. Hurley fires a good shot on. Kick save made by Eschbahn. A trip there for Franklin. No call. That one was Hurley who stumbled for a second. And now back to even 5-on-5 strength. Here's Dennett. Space in front of her. She had Greco on the left wing, but chooses to keep it, and it's a stick save made there by Eschbahn. Dennett fires it back in the zone. Changes coming again for the Panthers. Atkinson, Flynn, Colley, and Downing all flying out of the bench. Where head coach Mike Lubin is residing for his first year at the helm of this girls program. Inside, and a chance for a shot there. A good save made by Izzy Brown. It was a goalie to beat for number 18, Rachel Simkewicz. The sophomore couldn't find her 5th goal of the season, though. So lead another face-off. Drop in the middle, controlled by Franklin. And back with Iannuzzi. Iannuzzi tries to start a rush here. Flynn had some space if she could control it. Now it's Atkinson who will try doing her best with that with just 15 seconds to go in our first period. Can someone go in to the first intermission a goal ahead? We'll see. It's 1-1 as of now. Maybe one more rush for the Panthers. Here is Flynn. Leaves it up for Atkinson. Atkinson will just fire it on. And glove save made there with 2.8 seconds to go in the first period. It is a face-off coming. In the middle, it goes to Downing, who lets it fly. That one goes wide right. And it's our score at 1 apiece after our first period of play. 1-1 as the Panthers take on the Leominster Blue Devils. Right now it was Franklin who scored just a minute and a half in. Sophomore Maddie O'Brien was able to find the net top right. And then about 2 minutes later, it was Alyssa Allen for Leominster who tied things up 1 goal apiece. And that's how we stand now. We'll take a minor break. In about 4 minutes, we'll be back here. But it's Franklin, it's Leominster. Who can break that 1-1 tie? We'll see as our second period is about to get started on Franklin TV. And we're back here on Franklin TV, where after our first period of play, it was your Franklin Panthers who are hosting the Leominster Blue Devils. The Devils got a goal, the Panthers got a goal. It is 1-1 after our first 15 minutes of play. Welcome back, neighbors. I'm Ryan Martin, joined alongside camera operator and producer Chris Leverone. And about a minute and a half into our first period, Maddie O'Brien made this a 1-0 game for the Panthers. And then 2 minutes later, Alyssa Allen made it a 1-1 tie for Leominster. That was now over 11 minutes of game time ago. Who can take control here in this second period? It's the Franklin Panthers in their home white uniforms with their baby blue trim. They're now going from right to left across your screen. And for visiting 11-3-1 Blue Devils, they'll be going from left to right. Controlled this one, a dangerous play right there. And it was Alyssa Allen getting a shot on net. And the bearings coming off our net here, so it'll lead to a face-off. Allen, who would have just had her second goal of the game, also had a lot of opportunities late in the first period to add her second goal then. So we'll see if Allen can keep being aggressive for Leominster head coach Nancy LeBlanc. Face-off controlled again by the Panthers. They've had their way in that department here tonight so far. Going to get that one now is freshman Jenny McLaughlin. Her first ice time so far in this game, and she'll go retrieve it once more on the right wing. Wrapped around there in the direction of Wernig. Wernig controls, but pass behind Julia Flynn, and Franklin playing defense again. But not for long, as Lindsay Atkinson now brings it around on the right side. The Merrimack College lacrosse commit Atkinson is. A couple commits here on this Franklin girls team. Only one for hockey. That is Shaw Downing, who's on the ice now. Downing. That one will lead to a face-off. Downing will be playing at the University of Delaware next year. So the future Blue Hen taking on the Blue Devils here tonight. We mentioned Atkinson playing women's lacrosse at Merrimack, and then number 4, senior captain Avery Greco, heading to Endicott College to play women's soccer next year. There's some versatility here between not just the Franklin team, but their senior captains. In the middle again, it's Hurley. It was about this time in the first period where Franklin put on their first and only goal of the game so far. Can they start a period hot again here in the second? That one long and towards the left side for our goalie today. We'll reintroduce them. For Leominster, it is making that save right there, Karina Eschbahn. Eschbahn, an 8th grader for Leominster. Class of 2027, yet she's not the youngest one on this team for the Blue Devils, as there's 2 7th graders. It's Gracie Mabon, a 7th grader, number 10, as well as number 28, Riley Guimond, a backup goalie. So 2 class of 2028s here for Leominster. And in fact, it's Eschbahn, who's not even the youngest goalie on her team as an 8th grader. This one controlled outright by McLaughlin again. She'll go right to Downing. And here comes the Panthers. Lainey Colley brings it into the middle. She'll let one fly. That one goes wide left. Nearest in the area is number 24, Bridget Haggerty. That one skies up and then controlled by Villela. Villela will bring this one behind the net, and it's taken by Colley. Dangerous pass inside to Haggerty, but a Blue Devil tipped it out first. Colley watches this one wrap around. She'll chase it and see it go all the way back to Villela. Villela leaves it left. Haggerty trying to go for it again. Just playing back and forth here. Panthers 6-8-3 on the season. And this game coming on the heels as there is maybe a sticking penalty against Leominster. We mentioned 6-8-3 on the year. They're coming off a 3-2 win against the Hockomock Stars last weekend. That same Panthers team is now on the power play. It is a 2-minute minor penalty. We'll get that one more specific for you in one moment. But it's number 22, Madison Hemlin, heading to the box. It's the second penalty of the game for the Blue Devils. Franklin so far 0 for 1 on the power play. We'll try and change this one here with a fresh 2 minutes on the clock. This one right, left out for Dennett to Stott. Dana Stott with some space, as it's officially a hooking penalty against Hemlin. So a hook on Hemlin. And that one goes inside. A chance there for Atkinson. Just wide to the left of the goal. And they'll reset things here. Atkinson joined in the center circle again by Carly Ewa. Flynn gets a pass there to Stott. Stott just can't control it. Here are the Panthers, still on the power play. That one inside, good chance again, but it goes out left to Atkinson. In the middle, dump back to Atkinson. She'll leave this one for her defender, Downing. Downing goes D to D as she tries to find Dennett. Try to say that 3 times fast, but she leaves it for Julia Flynn. Flynn. Back inside, can't find Dana Stott, controlled by Atkinson. Atkinson retreats, couple spins, and now gets it back to Downing. Stott weighing her options. She had some time to think about that one, and Flynn leaves it out to Downing. This penalty still 40 seconds. Flynn with some space, she'll let one fly, wide right. Stott under control. Body's flying, a puck still up for grabs, and finally whistle there from our refereeing crew. And they're gonna have to settle this one out, but it looks like it'll be a face-off. No penalties given. Maybe little extracurriculars between Julia Flynn and Leominster goalie Karina Eschbahn. But the net back on its bearings and a face-off coming on the left circle. Still 35 seconds on the penalty for Hemlin. Wrapping around here. And this one goes well up. Here comes the Blue Devils. Wanting this one badly is number 18, Rachel Sienkiewicz. But then controlled by Franklin. Final 15 seconds of the power play for the Panthers, and they don't have it in a zone very preferable. And here comes Downing. Well, Downing, I should say. Hurley. Hurley on the right wing with some speed. A 2-on-4. Hurley will zoom things through. And did that one find back? No, it did not. It's our Franklin boys hockey team who is up on the rafters right now watching this one overhead, and they were insisting that one squeaked in by the post, but it is a face-off upcoming. And as that happens, one penalty ends for Leominster and another one starts. It's the Panthers back on the power play. Should be a fresh 2 minutes on the clock. And only 4 girls on the ice for the Devils. It goes against Rachel Sienkiewicz. So a sophomore whose name we've said a lot here on Franklin TV tonight. With 10:16 to go in the second period, she heads to the box for the next 2. So the Panthers get a blessing after not being able to convert on that first power play. And Blue Devils are able to clear it. It is Sienkiewicz going to the box. And again, it's a hook by Sienkiewicz. So a second hooking penalty against Leominster. Panthers trying to convert. Downing, back left to Atkinson. Franklin, with still 1:15 to go, they're taking their time. Back right to Iannuzzi. Some space in front of the net. Stott with it. She still controls it. Flynn, back out to Iannuzzi. Iannuzzi lets one rip, goes wide right. Downing comes back into frame to try to control it for the Panthers. Stott. Back to Flynn. Flynn works this one around. Atkinson. Again to Flynn. Here's that speed of Julia. Back on the right for Iannuzzi. Iannuzzi inside. That one goes above and probably behind the net of Karina Eschbahn in goal. Downing keeps the pressure on off some skates and no real pressure in the end for Leominster. A little puck is stuck against the boards there. And finally, a face-off stops that one. That's one of the longer puck holdups, I guess you could say, that we'll see. Maybe 6 or 7 seconds. And another face-off upcoming, still 1-1. As there's been no score since about our 11-minute mark of the first period. And 8 more seconds on this penalty for Leominster. That one left there. And Leominster control. Again, we have a puck against the boards. Leominster back to even strength. Hurley comes up with it. She'll let one rip. That one a chest save made there by Eschbahn. Lainey Cawley takes a bit of a fall there, so she can't control it, but back to 5-on-5 hockey. Greco off the boards. We'll try to go get that one, but first it's taken by Atkinson. She lets one rip, but then it goes back to the Panthers. Here comes the Devils for the first time in a little bit. It's a 2-on-1. It was Carly Elwa who elected to hit that one past the back post instead of trying to get her teammate on the left wing. Controlled again by Franklin. Hurley sees this one go all the way back to Hannah Auer. It's the Panthers' third line on now. Ripped there by Charisma Hemus, and way back for Dennett. Dennett will send this one in the circle. Still up for grabs. We're seeing that Zamboni really needed here as he keeps getting caught up. That one left for a second, but it's Eschbahn who will just fall on it. It was Dennett who was way ahead of the pack, including any near Blue Devil. So good decision by the 8th grader, Karina Eschbahn. Again, right in front of her face in the left circle. It's a face-off. Villela wins jump again. I don't think Franklin has lost a face-off in this period. A chance there, controlled by Iannuzzi. Stuck up for a second, but no penalty against Franklin on that one. Or there will be a penalty. So a delayed reaction from Leominster there. And it should be high sticking. This one going against number 19. That's Caitlin Johnson, a sophomore for Coach Mike Lubin. And for the first time tonight, it's the first true power play for the Blue Devils. And we should say that. I think the Blue Devils have had penalty plays, but then about a couple seconds later, it's Franklin evening it up. Let's see what happens here. On the shorthand, it's Franklin on the attack, a 2-on-2. Atkinson out right to Flynn. Flynn lets one go, but it's off the foot of Madison Hemlin. So back to Downing. It is a hook again, our third hooking penalty. All 3 penalties have come via the hook. That's it's Leominster, a girl up for the next minute 24. Flynn, good tap there, but still gets to the intended target. That one's Alyssa Allen. Your goal scorer tonight for Leominster. Wraps it around the wing. Gets it to the teammate Ewa. Ewa back to Allen. Allen inside, a dangerous play there. Still with it is Leominster. Puck up for grabs and it controlled behind the net. Anyone's puck, and finally Brown sends it out. A slap shot coming from the defender, and Iannuzzi would be best to just let this one go. And she will, but before she can do that, it's a whistle with the net being off its bearings. So actually a pretty tough break there from Franklin, as instead of Iannuzzi clearing it and icing it on the penalty kill, it's a face-off upcoming right in front of Izzy Brown and in Franklin's zone. Mike Lubin explaining exactly what I said of the tough break he just got. He thinks that the penalty Should be elsewhere, but not penalty, I should say, face off. Let go right there by Madison Hemlin. Moved around and now finding Hemlin. Try and bring it inside. Greco to chase. She'll toss off the boards, but back with the Devils. And Hemlin. A whiff there coming. 25 seconds left on the power play. Hemlin. Left side, controls it, tries to backhand it. That one will go offsides. Or not. Or not. The Blue Devils still with it. Cross ice she goes to number 20, Amanda Allen. Still some action in front of the zone. And finally controlled by Downing with final 3 seconds on the penalty. A perfect clearance from the senior captain. And now back to even strength are the Panthers. 5-on-5 with 4:24 to go in our second period. Still 1-1 our score. And it's stolen away by Molly Hurley. And an hour. So she's in front of her, and here comes the defender. Moves right, and she'll let one go left. Crashing on that one is Franklin. They can control the rebound. Dennett off the skate of a Leominster Blue Devil. That one trickles from right to left, and will go all the way to the boards. Dennett shoots it around. Cauley tries to control, but back with the Blue Devils. Again, it's Franklin just being a gnat, and they keep it in the zone. All the way to Cauley, who leaves it for Dennett. Dennett tries to find Molly Hurley inside. She can't do it just yet. That one finally sent away, but then it's controlled again by Franklin. Switch is coming. Flynn tries to stick with it. She does. Comes to a knee. She'll let one go. It was a 2-on-0 for a second. Atkinson keeps in the picture. That net is off its bearings. Atkinson puts her hands in the air, but nothing you can really do about it when the net comes out of place. Great effort there from Julia Flynn, who went down, still controlled the puck, just couldn't find Atkinson on the right wing for the shot. Controlled again by Atkinson. Franklin moving to 6 for 6 so far in this second period on the penalty. That one goes against the icing, and the Panthers will see if they can win another one. 3 minutes exactly to go in our second period. As you're watching Franklin girls varsity hockey, a tied 1-1 game here on Franklin TV. Ryan Martin, alongside camera operator and producer Chris Leverone here tonight from Pirelli Veterans Arena. Anyone's game here, and pretty much anyone. Here we go. 3-on-2. Downing. Odd number. She gets it to Atkinson. Atkinson outright to Wernick. All of a sudden, Devils come Panthers. Here is Flynn. A little bit of a collision there. And another penalty upcoming against Franklin. Iannuzzi will tap this one. And again, it's Leominster, a girl up. And it could be a check going against the Panthers. We'll await the call here. But regardless, it is a big loss for Franklin this time. It's Julia Flynn heading to the box, and Franklin will be down a girl. So 2:28 to play in the second period. And for the next 2 minutes, Julia Flynn will be in the box. A tough loss there for the Panthers, and a crucial time in this game. Here comes Allen. Back out right and firing one way left. Trying to almost aim at our referee tonight was number 18, Rachel Simkewicz. That one sent back by Dennett. And it'll be an icing now going against Leominster. So we'll flip sides, and can Franklin put some shorthanded pressure on here? They had a couple of rushes when it was Haley Wernick in the box. Or not Wernick, it was Johnson in the box and their last penalty. Let's see if they can win this faceoff here once more. Yeah. Atkinson's in the center. And she'll be switched out for Ava Villela. Back out to Atkinson. Remember, Franklin in the penalty kill right now. Villela way up as other Franklin defenders retreat. She goes way back to Downing. We'll let it fly. Villela will do the same. And moved offensively by Lemonster. Here comes a rush. It's number 25, Carly Ewa. That one wide left. Brown tried to get a kick pad to it, but that one goes too far for her. Cleared out by Franklin. And not much pressure now for Izzy Brickwall Brown, as her teammates call her. Your starting goalie for the Franklin Panthers. 50 seconds to go in the penalty. We'll see if Brown's tested anymore. Here comes Simkewicz. Back out to Allen. Especially a cross-check, as we mentioned, against Flynn, and a penalty that still has 30 seconds to play. That one in front of the net, and Brown able to pull it in. And with 13 seconds left on the penalty, it's a face-off upcoming. Maybe the best pressure we've seen from Lemonster in this penalty specifically. And 41.1 overall to play in the second period. Can the Devils get a couple more shots on Brown, maybe go into the second intermission with a 2-1 lead? Out left, Allen lets it go and goes directly to Brown, who's not phased. She brings that one in. Another good save made by Izzy Brown. Face off one again by Lemonster. They're starting to do that a little bit more consistently. Flown left by Haley Wernig. Can't go get her own rebound though in this one. Back with the Blue Devils. Simkewicz loses that one, back to Hannah Auer. Haley Wernig sees it go right past her. And here comes Atkinson. Good play by Flynn, who's now out of the box to stay on sides. Less than 5 seconds to go in this second period. Flynn's out of the penalty. And with that one being tied up, can Villela get maybe one more shot? She's going to fire it. She does, but it's a stick save made there by Karina Eschbahn. So maybe the story of that whole period overall, it's a Franklin pressure coming in desperation, but the 8th grade goalie for Lemonster, Karina Eschbahn, making the save. It's a scoreless second period, 1-1 our score as we head into the final 15. Keep it right here on Franklin TV. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. It's Franklin 1, it's Lemonster 1. Who will prevail? Third period coming next on Franklin TV. And we're back here on Franklin TV, where your Franklin girls varsity program taking on the Leominster Blue Devils with our third period coming up in just a moment. Something's got to give. It's Franklin 1 and Leominster 1. Hi, neighbors, and welcome back to our telecast. I'm Ryan Martin, joined alongside by camera operator and producer Chris Leverone. Both of our goals coming early in the first period, and since then, it's been, my math's correct or so, it should have been about 22 or 3 minutes of scoreless hockey. It's Franklin and Leominster, a non-league matchup here on a Tuesday night with Pirelli Veterans Arena. Having a good crowd on hand here for the Panthers' final home game of the regular season. Yet to be determined if it'll be the final home game of their season overall. That narrative looking more likely than not. But for now, it's anyone's game. Something got to give. It's a tie game here. Just a goal apiece. Lindsay Atkinson. Pass this one to Haley Werning. We'll set the stage for you for the rest of your Panthers to start the third. Julia Flynn, Shaw Downing, and Nina Iannuzzi, your starting five, as this one goes from Atkinson. In goalie, it's a sophomore again, Izzy Brown, who's been pretty great tonight, besides that one goal, and that one makes it 2-1. Nina Iannuzzi, from her spot as a defender, turns this one into a 2-1 game. Iannuzzi takes the pass and sends it through. So in the first period, it took them 90 seconds to score. In the third period, it takes them 28. Nina Iannuzzi finds in the back of the net. Should be unassisted as a save made there by Izzy Brown. We talked about how up in the air that second period was. All of a sudden, it's Franklin with all the momentum that was up for grabs. Officially, as you get this one from our scorekeeper, a couple assists on that one. It's Iannuzzi as Brown makes the save. Iannuzzi scores it off the assist of number 2, Shaw Downing, number 5, Lindsay Atkinson. 2 senior captains getting in on the assisting fun. The Blue Devils, now for the second time tonight, they find themselves down a goal and looking to come back. Last time Franklin scored a goal, it was the Blue Devils answering quickly. And here they go here. It's a 3-on-5. Everyone on the ice for Franklin. And that one now dangerously left for the Franklin Panthers. Left here, and it's another 2-on-1 for the Blue Devils. Number 25, Carly Ewa. She passes this one off, and a shot, but that one has Brown see the net behind her go off the post. It was a good decision there from Ewa to try and find her right winger, number 18, Rachel Sienkiewicz. And a dangerous play there from Brown, who made a great stop. And the Baron came off. It's a face-off again. Brown has made, since allowing that first goal, has made every stop, obviously. No goals since, but it's been impressive to see Brown sending a lot of these away. Atkinson. Off the boards, it goes to Flynn. 2-on-2. Flynn tries to go cross ice to Werning. Can't get it there. Then it will start things back up. Now with Atkinson. Waits for teammates to come back on sides. And maybe they didn't fully. It might have been Flynn who was offsides a little more. Here comes the Panthers. This one long to Downing. Downing sees it wrap around. Greco with the touch. Fired off to Iannuzzi. Iannuzzi outright to Dana Stott. Here are the Panthers. 2-on-3. It was Greco running with her. Hurley into the picture behind Stott now. This one goes out left to Iannuzzi, who just scored the most recent goal for Franklin. 2 underclassmen scoring the goals for Franklin tonight between Iannuzzi and Franklin's first goal scorer, Maddie O'Brien, in the first period. Downing shoots this one off the back post. Really can't control it. Still with the Blue Devils. Ewa gets sandwiched by a couple Panthers there. And left in the space, and here comes Lemonster. A shot fired off goal. Again, our post might have come off, and it did. So some fragile posts tonight. And that one it being number 6, Alyssa Allen, who tried to look for her second of the game. How many times have we mentioned Alyssa Allen's name after scoring that first goal? She's the shot taker tonight for Lemonster under head coach Nancy LeBlanc. That one wrapped around. And left for Dennett. Dennett shoots it up to Villela for a second, but brought back by the Blue Devils. Here we go, a 2-on-2. Sikowicz was on the left side for a second, but now it's the Panthers. Maddie O'Brien. Couple Devils in the area, but she's able to work it around to the left side. Colley inside for O'Brien again, but it finds its way out to Dennett. Dennett off the skate. A good play there defensively by the Blue Hens. And more specifically, again, it's Simkewicz. Simkewicz, that one fired behind the net. Hannah Auer will take a fall. No penalty, though, and out left to O'Brien it goes. Dennett hits it with her skate. And they'll try to set things back up again offensively. All the way out to Atkinson. Atkinson off the glass, no Panther in the area. And the Devils to move with it. Off the skate again of Dennett. These skates have been magnets over the last couple minutes. Maybe hitting more skates than sticks. This one out right to number 13, Ashley George. Panthers slowly but surely bringing it up. Iannuzzi. Right wing, sees that one go sky high. And then out it goes to Shaw Downing. Downing lets Atkinson flat off the wing. A wrapping shot, and what a score there from Julia Flynn. Tripping for a second. Flynn, again, like we saw in that second period, keeps her composure. She finds it back right this time. It's 3-1 Panthers with less than 9 minutes to play. Julia Flynn. We tried to preview her speed in the first period. We told you we might bring it up later, and we do. What a shot there from Flynn. Get into the teeth of the defense and find a top right. 3-1 Panthers, 8:50 to play. Blue Devils looking to get one back quick. A dangerous play right there. Our first 2-goal lead of the game for either team. wing, it's Stott. So Atkinson actually on that goal by Flynn, as that one not gone back for an icing. Atkinson picks up her second assist of the day. That's 2 points on the day for Atkinson. In their win earlier in the season against Leominster, a 4-0 win there. Atkinson accounted for 4 points in that game. So 6 points in 2 games for Atkinson. Downing works his one behind the net. Still plenty of time to go if you are the Blue Devils, who, as we mentioned, 11-3-1 on the year. They're on a 5-game winning streak right now, but that streak's certainly in the balance here with 7:20 to play. Just uncharted territory in this game so far for Leominster. Wrapped around. Franklin still putting on the pressure offensively. Cawley leaves this one behind the net. And Franklin sees it go on the other side of the blue line. So they'll reset things here. Hour. Left for Cawley, and here comes Franklin again on a 2-on-2. It's Haggerty who will retreat back. Cawley can't control it the whole time. That one goes back out, and it could be, it is, an icing upcoming. Three to 1 our score. 2 goals in the span of just over 6 minutes for Franklin. Puts them up 3-1. In the middle again, it's Atkinson. 2 assists on the night. And working it back. Now down 2 goals are the Blue Devils. Can they get a spark for themselves offensively? Trying to do it right there in a dangerous play with some area in the front. It was Rachel Simkewicz who has been all over the ice tonight for the Panthers. Here's the Blue Hens. Atkinson leaves that one to go. Eshbon for Blue Hens, Blue Devils. Leaves that one there. Once again, it's Karina Eshbon, the 8th grade goalie for Leominster. And that one goes back to Franklin's goalie, Izzy Brown, who leaves it for a face-off. Off the face-off, Hour brings it back for Franklin with Dana Stott. Stott tries to find Greco inside. Instead, she gets it to Hurley. Hurley caught up for a moment, and she actually ends up tripping up her teammate Greco in the process. Back with Hour, who finds it to Stott on the right wing. She'll swing it around to Greco. 5 minutes to play in our 3rd period. 5 minutes to go in the game's entirety. Greco leaves that one behind the boards, and it's controlled by Stott. Hurley gets in on the action. Again, puck hung up on the wing. Hour can't keep it in the zone, but then it's defense. Keeps things going for Franklin. Back of the next shot. Hour fires it in. Really no offense to hang your hats on if you are the Leominster Blue Devils. Maybe 1 or 2 shots that you can think of, but other than that, it's been the Panthers still controlling after finding the goal to break the equalizer. Just as I say that, here comes Lemonster, who puts a shot on Brown, but really it was a foot after the blue line. No real shot there coming from Ewa. Middle of the circle, it's Atkinson again for the Panthers. And we'll reset things again. Brown falls on it once more. Final 4 minutes. Put inside for Atkinson. Downing left to go get it. And she gets spun around, but does stop the bleeding for a moment. Here comes the pressure again from Lemonster. This one wraps back around for Simkewicz. Puck up for grabs again, getting stuck right on that snowy edge of the boards. Roaring, though, flies into the center circle. It's controlled by the Devils. Just for them to reset things again. Couple changes coming on to the ice for Lemonster. Devils looking to start some offense of their own. Left wing, some new skates on the ice. Charisma, Heenis. But that battle there for Heenis won by Downing. Wraps all the way around for a clear icing. Timeout called there by Lemonster with 2:41 to play. Head coach Nancy LeBlanc will draw something up. It's our first time out of the game for either team. Again, this is a 11-3-1 Lemonster team that are out of the Central West B division for girls hockey. And one thing that's really just held them back overall, I mean, 11-3-1. You could expect them to be maybe one of the top teams in Division II. But overall, it's just been their level of competition that they've played so far this season that really hasn't been up to the par for the MIAA power rankings. On a 5-game winning streak, and for 4 of those wins, they were on the road here, so they're trying to get it done again on the road against Franklin. Not looking too hot right now, but they won 3-1 at Marblehead, 1-0 at Boston Latin Academy, 3-0 at Concord Carlisle. They won at home 4-1 against Weston East Bridgewater, and then they are coming off a win last Saturday against 4-2 win at St. John's there. So 5 in a row for Lemonster. Coach Nancy LeBlanc calls that timeout there as her girls find themselves down 3-1 from Pirelli Veterans Arena. Hour for Franklin. Has to get it to Hurley. Back all the way to Denon on the left wing. Hurley. Bring this one around. Greco. Sends it back. Dennett fires that one on. That would have gone probably top corner, but it hits a couple of players. Might have been Franklin's Avery Greco, who looks to be a little bit shaken up on the play. Might have hit her in the shoulder. And we have a Blue Devil also going to the box for that one. So maybe it was the puck that hit Greco or a penalty. But regardless, it's number 13, Ashley George, the senior defender for Lemonster. She'll be in the box. And really exactly what you don't want to see if you're Lemonster. A 2-minute minor penalty with 2:07 to play. Not looking great if you're the visitors. So Franklin's road to capping this one off might have just gotten a little bit easier. We won't call it just yet. 1:54 to go. Franklin 3, Lemonster 1. Officially, it is a roughing penalty on Lemonster, and that one goes 5-hole. Give it a 4-1 lead for the Panthers off the stick of Haley Warnig. Warnig puts the Panthers up 3 with 1:43 remaining. The sophomore goes right 5-hole on Karina Eschbahn. It's the Panthers with their biggest lead of the game, and just the perfect time. Right off that face-off, now down 3-1. It was their first power play goal of the night for Franklin. As we're back to even strength here. Scoreboard still indicating that there was a penalty, but we can tell you it's 5-on-5 hockey after that goal. That one goes off the back glass, and a whistle next to the team benches. And Nancy LeBlanc is not happy right now with the officiating. Overall, we do have a penalty. Nancy LeBlanc still voicing her opinions with the head shakes. As after that goal by Franklin erased the penalty, it's another one coming for Lemonster. This one going on number 22. 22, Madison Hemlin, her second penalty of the game. A 2-minute minor. Franklin 4 and Lemonster 1. This is a game that is not really indicative of the score. A 1-1 game, as we mentioned, over the first 2 periods. As Auer sends it in. Panthers can't control it. Officially, that one goes with the Blue Devils. More talking between the two teams. Auer wraps it around. So Franklin, with 30 seconds to go, they will win their final home regular season game of the 2022-2023 season. They'll advance to 7-8-3 on the year, as they now have 2 final away games to end off the regular season. They will be at New Bedford on Saturday to play Bishop Stang, and then they'll be at Canton to play Westwood a week from Saturday. So 2 games in the next 2 weeks for Franklin, and that's where things set. But for now, it's a 4-1 victory for the Panthers as we hit triple zeros. Franklin matches their longest winning streak of the season. It's 2 in a row for the Panthers. And again, we'll run through the goal scorers quickly. In the first period for Franklin, it was Maddie O'Brien scoring, and then Alyssa Allen matched that for Lemonster, 1-1 after our first period, a scoreless second period, and in the third period, it was an offensive onslaught for Franklin, and we started with number 21, Lindsay Dennett, who got things going, and then number 11, Julia Flynn did, and then ending that one off, it was number 7, Haley Wernick. That will do it for our broadcast today. We appreciate you tuning in once more. For our camera operator, producer, Chris Leverone, I'm Ryan Martin. Our final score for the final time tonight, it's Franklin 4, Lemonster 1. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Franklin TV.